It's finally that time of year where it's warm enough to be outside and to get some work done. So tag along with me as I turn this old field into my flower garden. Okay, now it's not really a field, but it's just a little spot that I have gotten into the habit of making into a little flower garden. It's in front of the greenhouse, and obviously it needs a lot of work. Alright, so here's the plan for today. I'm going to pull as many weeds as I can. I'm going to try to put a better layer of kind of a hay covering across the whole flower garden area. And then I'm going to use the plastic that I pulled off the garden and try to create a barrier around its perimeter. I actually hate weeding. There's nothing fun about it. So I found a baby sunflower plant that started growing from a seed from probably last year's plant. Guess that means it's time to grow flowers. Alright, so I found another baby sunflower here, and then I think this is one here. And I found another one, but I don't know where it went. Also, where'd it go? Oh, that's a baby sunflower. And I believe that this is a baby flower plant, and this is one as well. So there might be more. Just gotta be real careful. Okay, so I'm using plastic spoons to keep track of where the baby flower plants are. Here's another one here, but I might end up transplanting these. I'm not sure yet, but either way, I still want to keep track of them. Okay, so here's the deal. Because I hate weeding, I'm going to do my best to avoid it. So, because I've pulled a few weeds, I'm just going to cover the garden area with hay. But before that, I'm going to take all the little flower plants that I found and transplant them and bring them in the greenhouse. The sun is so bright. Okay, so after I cover the garden in hay, I'm going to put that black plastic over it, and hopefully that will smother all the weeds. And while all the weeds are dying, hopefully, I'm going to start growing some little flower plants, and so that hopefully by the time they're ready to be transplanted, the weeds have kind of died a little bit. That's the goal. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna put the transplants, like the sunflowers, in this pot. Okay, so usually when you transplant plants, you have to be fairly delicate, but in my experience, sunflowers tend to be fairly hardy, but I'll still be careful. Okay, so I believe that this is a sunflower, but I think that this is not a sunflower. I forget the name of the other flowers I grew last year, but I think this is one of them. So I'll put this in that pot over there. Then I'm gonna put this one in this hanging pot. All right, so I was able to get 8 sunflower plants out of this, but they need water. And then I gotta put some water in this so that that little flower plant over there can thrive in it. Okay, so for the hay that's going on in the garden, I'm using the stuff that has fallen out of the bales, and then that way I'm reusing stuff and we're not wasting. I've got a decent layer of hay where it needs it the most, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the black plastic over this whole area. I would show y'all more of all of that, but my phone is running out of storage, so I'll show you what I can. It would seem as if I've disturbed a colony of ants by trying to move this plastic. I might have to just wait for them all to leave before I can even lay it down. Alright, the plastic is on the garden. It's not perfect, of course, but I think it'll work for what we need it to do. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see what this garden turns into.